Boy, oh boy. Like it feels like it's been months, not weeks, since we had issue 7. We are now on issue 8. I want us to kind of recalibrate a little bit before we jump right back in. We have got a situation where we've got one scene, but really two locations. We have got Prophet and Beacon at the university lab, and we've got some hostages there. We've got this woman Serendipity, who based on her clothing appears to be part of the gold coin cartel. She's got two of her uh, coin bosses with her. You guys took care of the minions. You've cleared that out. Prophet has been trying to get Dr. McCoy untied and is struggling there. We flip over to the Cryodyne offices at the very top of the spire in New Eden. There we've got Midnight Warden and Silent Tempest. They're up against, first they were up against what we thought was Silent Tempest's husband, as resuited as Flamestrike. We found out actually Beacon's mentee was trapped inside of that suit. We've disabled him. He is there, but he's no longer a factor. But we also have Dark Veil. Dark Veil. Dark Veil is somebody from Silent Tempest's past, somebody who had a connection with her villainous life, a direct connection with her husband. And we're dealing with that. That's pure chaos. We have the CEO of Cryodyne in some sort of mechanism collar that is, if it's not taken care of, it looks like it might inject poison and kill her. We are just shy of halfway through the scene. We are in the yellow, but I know all of my heroes are not necessarily in the yellow. So real quick, Midnight Warden, can I get a hit point and status from you?
22 on yellow at this point.
22 on
just
yellow.
Hit the yellow.
Prophet?
12 in the red.
Beacon?
I'm 23, still green.
But you'll be acting in yellow because the scene is in yellow now. So you get to
Yes.
be able, you have access to your yellow. And Silent Tempest?
I'm at a strong 9.
And well into the red. So we expect some big powers to go. So where we left off is we were starting the third, or we have finished the third round of it on our scene tracker. Like I said, we're in yellow. You left it so that I acted last as the scene tracker. So I now get to pick who is going to go first. I think I want Silent Tempest to go next. So Silent Tempest, let's take a quick look here. Right now you have just one hinder in place, which is the -2 flying glass, because we had all of the glass explode and fly around the office. We have got Dark Veil that's off to the side. She's not in great shape. So she is definitely beatable at this point. What are you going to do?
Give me a second, because I want to see how many successes do we need to save the Cryodyne CEO?
So let's take a quick look at that. So I'm going to bring up the Cryodyne challenges. Right now, we got to disarm the poison neck brace is the name of that challenge. It is 5 boxes to disarm the brace. That is the big thing that needs to be done. There's additional 3 boxes after that that's available if you want to get her out of the office. But based off of what's happening right now, I don't think you need to worry about that. I think you're going to deal with the threats in time. But before we finish the end of this scene, we do need to tick those 5 boxes.
Okay, and we just went to our first yellow. All right, Warden, let's go back and forth, if you don't mind, against
Sure.
beating Dark Veil, helping her out. I think we have some time.
Well, once we get rid of Dark Veil, we're going to have
well-
some more freedom to
You know,
deal with these saw contraptions.
you're
Saw
right. And
contraptions.
It's a little more difficult to like help somebody out of a contraption when you're actively being attacked.
you're correct. I like the way you think. And
I like to survive.
I am going to use Silent Fracture. So it allows me to hinder any number of targets in the scene using transmutation. I use my max plus min die, and if I roll doubles, I also attack each target using my mid die.
Very nice. That's if
So
you roll doubles.
if I roll doubles.
Very nice.
So
All right, so let's build your pool.
first die is transmutation.
Mm-hmm.
Second die, I want to use insight.
Okay, so talk to me.
So fighting Dark Veil, I've dealt with her before.
You fought alongside her before. Yeah.
We were partners, things like that. Oh. And I want to use, because years have passed, things have changed. I
Mm-hmm.
want to get new insight about her.
I like it. I like it. So insight, and then you're going to be using your red status die because you're in the red with your whopping 9 hit points. All right, so let's do it and let's see if we can get some doubles.
All right, I'm also at a -2 because of the flying glass.
You are correct, but that's going to wipe that out for us, which is good. All right, let's see how we did. Not bad, not bad, considering the -2. So you've got your doubles though.
Yes, I do.
You sure do. So your mid your effect die is going to be -2. So let's go back to the power again real quick. So the hinder is based off of what?
So the hinder is based off of flying glass when the
no your power hinders, right?
Got you. So it's based off of max plus the min die.
Excellent. So that is actually going to be 7 + 3, that's 10 minus the 2, right? So that's going to be an 8, and I should have had this ready and I didn't. Let's figure out, what does an 8 give us? I think it's a -3 if memory serves.
I think so as well.
Yeah, let's look here real quick.
Check.
And interestingly, from a rules mechanic, when you have to use a hinder up and you're using a combo that adds 2 things together, that helps minimize that, which is kind of nice. All right, so at an 8, it is a -3. So now has a -3. What are we doing to Miss Darkveil here? So we're going to be doing some damage to her as well, right? So
yes, it'll be 1, because it'll be the mid die, and I'm set of mine.
So one of the things that we learned from our rules friend that watches is the -3 can. Well, do you want to apply the -3 to the hinder effect or to the damage effect?
Oh, that's to the hinder.
Yeah, I think so too, because you're going to still get that -3. So you're transmutating something, you're changing something. It's going to hinder her, but it's also going to hurt her. So what is happening right now?
So it looks like she keeps being tossed into the table. To the board table. So I am legitimately just adding more salt to the wound. This is probably the pettiest she has been seen fighting in a very long time, and only Warden gets to witness this. Where the table is gripping up and coming out to lock her in place, pulling her back. None of it's gentle, and she's getting hurt in that process.
I love the idea of maybe some of that. We talked about the intricate carvings on the edge of this really nice coffer table, and some of those carvings are coming out and grabbing and slamming her into that. I'm going to say her hinder is called -3 tabled. So she's got a -3 on her next action. And then the damage, is that based off of your mid die? Is that correct?
It's a mid, yes.
All right. So that's going to take her from 23 down to 20. So now I need to know, now that you have gone, who are we handing it off to, Silent Tempest?
I'm going to hand it off to Beacon.
Ooh, let's flip back to Beacon. Beacon, you're up next. And Beacon, you are just coming back into the labs after being outside. You're coming into what is essentially absolute pure chaos. We have got monkeys and lab rats and guinea pigs all over the place. Prophet is trying to untie your mentor, Dr. McCoy. We have got Serendipity, this master of probabilities, who has really just been just ruining your situation. Right now, Beacon, you're at a -2 confused, -3 underfoot from all of the animals, and +1 inspired. So you're going to be at a net -4 on this action. What are you going to do?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna use from the hero points. I'm gonna use the +4.
So you're going to even it all out.
Yeah.
So what we're going to have to do then is you're going to have to help me. Whatever you end up doing, you're going to have to explain how last issue you learned something that's helping you now. First, so let's talk about your action. What's your action going to be?
What I want to do is, again, never again, which is an overcome with min and max, and endure all nearby opponents with your mid die. So that's a red ability. So
what are you overcoming?
I'm gonna try to free my mentor.
I think that is awesome. So we are going to try to do what Prophet seems unable to do, which is free McCoy from that.
I'm loosening the ropes.
Yes, I loosened the jar for you, Beacon.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so because I'm using a red ability, I will have a minor twist, and I have an idea for that.
Okay. So let's build your pool first. Oh, so this is you're going up this is a red ability and you're only in yellow. I've got you.
Yeah. So I'm using my hero point +4 because I figure we've been fighting like the circumstances and the bad luck and everything. So I'm gonna ride the wave. I'm gonna use my intuition. That's the D10, and my conviction, D10,
Love it.
which goes with the ability, and yellow die. So I'm when I get back into the room, Beacon will absorb all the sound, or like 95% of the sound. So it's like very, very quiet. And I'm drawing all the sound, and I'm like walking around, stumbling a bit, trying to catch myself. And at some point, maybe if I want to, the idea I had for the twist is, as principle of the indestructible, I want what I thought would be interesting is what goes wrong with your defenses. So what would Beacon be vulnerable to? And I thought, what about gas? Like I walk through and I take a puff of something and I got no protection against gas. So I'm stumbling around trying to get avoiding the animals and dancing around. And at some point I'm taking a deep breath of some stuff.
I mean, yeah, we have all of these gas lines that have been broken up. I mean, this lab is just in pure chaos. So I think that's fantastic. So let's roll, and it's going to be the overcome. What is the overcome going to use? And
max and min.
Nice.
So let's see. Okay, and I can reroll the ones.
Yes. So why don't you roll me another D8?
Oops. Roll D8. Let's see what a 5.
Right, so
okay.
that ended up being a 5. So you got a 5, a 7, and an 8. So 7 is still your mid, but now your max plus min is actually 13. That's a 12 plus. The action succeeds beyond expectation. We are going to tick all 3 boxes for McCoy. So as Prophet said, he loosened the jar for you. You get over there, you rip off these ropes. McCoy grabs his wrists and he looks at you, and you can see just for a second, it looks like he stares at your face a little too long. But you've already said what twist you want, so I like that twist. So I want you to have a -2 twist, -2 hitter called High as a Kite.
Some people, that's not a hinder.
All right. So that is Beacon. Beacon has acted. Beacon, who do you want to hand it off to?
Oh, and also the minions and Serendipity get injured.
Oh, what are they? How much are they hindered?
My mid die, so 7 is -2.
Excellent.
So I think maybe once I freed McCoy, I release all the sound and I push it in their direction, so they could be like
Definitely.
stunned or something.
I'm going to give them both, all of 3 of them, a -2 loud noise.
Okay.
And basically, you're able to quiet everything, and then just all of a sudden they're blasted just by the ambient noise that happens. They go from volume 0 to volume 11 very, very quickly. All right, so I've got all of that recorded. Beacon, -2 high as a kite. Forgive me, your typing is really loud. Z.
Sorry.
That's okay. All right, so let's go. Who are we going to
Prophet.
hand off to? Prophet, you are up. So Beacon comes over, tears the ropes off. McCoy is finally free, and Beacon, it's all the boxes are checked, and it wasn't just to untie him, it was to get him to safety. So I'm going to have you scooping him and getting him outside of the lab. Prophet, you now are faced with 2 of these lieutenants and these gold suits, along with our friend Serendipity.
So I see they are covering their ears from this loud noise, and I'm going to use that to my advantage. I was going to free McCoy, but it's probably better that Beacon did it. You know, that's his guy. You know, so sure, I'll just go attack then. So
He winked at you. He looked very happy suddenly.
I'm like, good job, kid. Good job. So I am going to. I've been holding back this whole battle. I've been kind of trying to do this whole thing, right? So I am gonna put it all on the line. I am going to use my +4 reward from last week on this, which I wish to do. So I'm gonna go all in.
Got it.
And we are going to use the bomb. So I am just going to leap towards Serendipity while she's holding her ears with my +4. I don't believe I have any hinders at the moment. And the bomb is an attack using strength with my max, mid, and min die. So I have to use vitality for it.
Yep.
And I'm going to use conviction because I will not fail this. They have to go down. I'm tired of getting beat up. I know I don't have much left, so it's all or nothing. And my status is red. I have a D12. So I will roll all this. And then Craig's favorite, after this, I take a major twist.
Love it.
Not a minor twist, a major twist. So let's roll.
Ooh.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, so you said it's going to be
so it's going to be 19,
added.
Yeah, 19. And plus my 4, I'm using all my bonus.
So 15
so
plus that is 19 points of damage.
You could use the collection for this, maybe. If you want.
That's true. You guys have a collection now.
To do what?
Yeah, well, you can turn a 1 into an 8.
You can change 1 die to any value.
Yeah, I appreciate the help, Beacon. And let's change that 1 into an 8.
So that's going to be 22. That's 26 points of damage.
Yeah, we need that.
Holy crud. All right, so that brings her down to 32, almost halved her hit points. What do we see as Prophet does the bomb?
So he comes in and shoulder bull rushes her, and all the animal cages where all the animals were let loose, he slams her into one of the cages. So she hits the door, hits the bars, and she's sitting like in the cage right now. staggered in the cage.
And we saw her like doing her little hand movements, right, to try to affect probabilities, but she just wasn't fast enough. Just the speed and the amount of force that you do, she has no chance to adjust any type of probabilities here. And she goes slamming into that cage. You have done some serious damage.
That's where animals belong.
Prophet, who are we going to hand off to? As a quick reminder, we've got Dark Veil, we've got Serendipity, Midnight Warden, we've got the Scene, and we've got 2 crew bosses.
We're gonna go to Dark Veil.
So we go back to the offices at Cryodyne. We've got this wood conference table slamming poor Dark Veil's face into the top of the thing. So she has got currently a -3 tabled hinder. Let's take a look at what Dark Veil is going to try and do. She's looking at this situation, not feeling great about it, really not happy that what she thought was her partner in crime, her old boyfriend, Flame Strike, seems completely disabled. I think she is going to do Feel My Dark Blade. Attack using close combat and use your max die. Defend against all attacks against you with your mid die until the start of the next turn. So she is going to go ahead and she is going to attack her nemesis, the person who has been just on her over and over again. She comes out, breaks away from the table, brings her dark blade and makes it appear as a shadow in her hands, and is coming down to try to cut you, Silent Tempest. So she needs to use Dark Blade, close combat, and she is engaged with just one opponent right now, and she is going to roll. These are all 3d10s. All right, so she got a 4, a 5, and a 6. She's going to attack using her max. This is 6 damage coming into you, Silent Tempest. Nope, I lied to you. It is -3, so it is actually 3 damage because of the tabled hinder that kind of held her back. And then she gets to be able to defend using her mid die, so she's got a 5 as her defense for the rest of the turn. What's this look like, Silent Tempest, as she comes down with this dark blade?
Oh, it cuts for sure through my shoulder. Like once it gets down, it could have been worse, but it does hurt.
So are you down to 6 now?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I want Midnight Warden to go next as a reaction to what you just saw. So Midnight Warden, you can tell Silent Tempest is on the brink of breaking.
For a second, I was wondering whether or not I should worry about the CEO, but seeing that this might actually be a little bit more urgent. So I think I'm going to try to get in between the two of them, as much as Midnight Warden does not want to get in between the two of them. But I don't like that she has a 5 defend.
She does.
Okay. So I'm going to use Cut the Strings. It's an attack using teleportation, and hinder the same target using your min die. Before I do that, quick question. Is there any I'm thinking decorations around this fancy office, like some glass little statue maybe, or some...
Love it.
Yeah, a little glass statue, maybe like a prize. Just, top CEO.
Corporate award, yeah.
Yeah, New
Etched
Eden
glass.
Financial top CEO, whatever year. So I'm going to attack her using teleportation, which is my telepathy die. I do want to, before I say how I hinder her, I'm going to use creativity as my second die. And since we're, yellow, we're going to do yellow, which is
all right,
an
let's
8.
give it a roll.
Let's do it.
3, 3, and an 8.
I would also like to apply 4 of my bonus points from my hero points, +4 reward to my attack.
What did we learn that's giving us this +4 advantage against her?
I think maybe Midnight Warden is learning. Well, it has to tie. Does it have to tie back to a previous
Last episode? Yep, last issue.
Oh, last episode. Well, maybe
watching her fight.
I'm just recognizing she's entirely too focused on Silent Tempest, not really paying any attention to me. It's like, oh, this is personal, and she's letting her personal feelings just cloud who she should be like dealing with right now. So I'm taking advantage of her being distracted by just focusing so on Tempest.
All right. So what is your effect die for the attack?
Teleportation. That's the.
No, I'm sorry. When you what do we use to determine how much damage you do? So
attack using teleportation.
Right, but it's going to be. Is it your mid, your min, your mid plus your max? What does it say in the power?
It does not say. It just says attack using teleportation. Hinder the same target using.
Oh,
your
so
mid.
okay. It'll be your mid.
Right?
Yeah. Sorry. So it'll be 3 plus the 4 is 7. It'll be 2 damage. After her using her defense, brings her down to 18.
Okay.
And then what does it hinder with?
I'm going to hinder with the min die.
Okay, with that 3.
Yes.
So it'll be a minus 1. What are we going to call this hinder? How are you hindering her?
So I'm essentially throwing this like shitty statue against her head, and she turns around, and I just teleport to the side and kick one of the office chairs just in front of her, or actually behind her. So she just lands sitting on the chair and rolls away very unceremoniously.
I'm going to call this -1 sit down.
Yes. Beautiful.
All right. Oh, boy, we are close here. You have acted Midnight Warden. We've got both of the Gold Crew bosses back at the lab. We've got Serendipity back at the lab, and then you can also hand it off to the scene if you want.
I'm going to hand it off to the scene.
Excellent. So the scene is next. So let's first take
real
a
quick,
look
Greg,
at...
I owe you a major twist.
Oh, thank you. You just did the bomb. Talk to me about your 2 potential major twists on your sheet, and then let's go from there.
Principal of the team, what major sanction will I suffer as a result of my action? Don't know if that really works here. But this one, I hate this one, but this is the one that probably makes sense. For Principal of Tactician, what major threat is revealed that invalidates all of my plans?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I don't like giving you that one, but that's fun.
Oh, boy. I like that one. I like that one a lot. So I am going to go to my science lab challenges, which you guys have done a wonderful job of clearing them all out. We're going to add a new challenge that's going to be called It's All Coming Down. And we are going to make it 3 boxes. And this is about to collapse. The entire science building is about to come down because of all of this stuff has been happening. So it's a new 3-box challenge, major twist, Prophet. You guys are finally making some progress. We got the innocents out of the building, and then suddenly you realize, oh, we've been doing a lot of damage. My original plans are not going to go well here. All right. Thank you for reminding me.
That's fine. So I look out the window and I see like the firemen and the policemen like moving away from the building.
Making some room.
Beacon, we got a problem.
All right. So going to the cryodyne, let's take a look at how it's going to act. In this office, it's got glass windows, high tech, top of the spire. I think that the cryodyne security team installed a disabling floor mechanism that can be triggered that essentially zaps anybody who's touching the floor if they're in any way threatening. And everything that's been happening, I think that this goes off. So I am going to attack everybody in the scene at the cryodyne. So that is going to be Silent Tempest. That's going to be Midnight Warden, but it's also going to be attack Dark Veil as well. It's going to use its mid die. Let's give it a roll. We get zapped for 2 damage. So I need everybody to take 2 damage.
Can I do like a defense roll against this or something?
Yeah, you sure can. You want to hit the deck?
Yeah.
Okay. And remind me, with hit the deck, you get to roll a defense. and then is it a minor twist? Let me just take a quick look here.
Hold on. I can't find
Hit
my
the
other
deck.
sheet.
Used out of turn, defend yourself as a reaction. Count as a risky action, so there will be a minor twist as a result. All right.
Yeah.
So, how are you defending yourself as this zap is happening? Let's build your pool, Silent Tempest.
So I see the electricity. I would like to do awareness. Heart insight because it will make sense,
Mm-hmm.
and then hop on the wood table.
Let's love it. Let's roll, and let's roll higher than 2 right now. You currently have no hinders.
I don't. So rare.
Your mid is a 4, so you are just in time, Silent Tempest, able to hop up and avoid getting zapped. Midnight Warden, are you doing any type of a reaction to this, or are you taking the 2 damage?
I'm going to take the 2 damage.
Okay, so you're going to get some of that zap. Let's
Okay.
go over to the university now. The university is going to act. We're in yellow. All right. Major twist in the yellow. Boom. Pressurized canisters explode, attacking everyone at a +2. So let's roll its attack. It is going to be 7 damage. So let's walk through. Serendipity is going to take it first. So Serendipity is going to take 7 damage. That puts her down to 25. What happens to you, Beacon, as these canisters start exploding all throughout the lab and doing 7 damage?
I try to shield myself, but I'll still take 5 damage.
So you have an innate power that reduces the damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to take advantage of your innate defenses, and that's only going to take 5 damage. Where's that put you, Beacon?
18.
Ooh, profit. 7 damage coming in on you. Do you have a reaction, or are you just going to take it like a man? C's face.
So
I have an audience of 1.
So my reaction only says if I'm attacked by a nearby enemy, and this is not.
Yeah.
So I cannot use it.
You
So
can hit
I
the
will-
deck.
I could, but does Prophet hit the deck?
I agree.
Prophet doesn't hit the deck. All right.
I think Prophet takes 7 damage from these
He-
canisters exploding.
He takes it. He knows it's there, and you literally see him just close his eyes and brace, and it blows him back from whatever he's doing. So I am down to 5.
Oh.
Silent Tempest, back to you because you hit the deck. Oh, go ahead.
No, that's okay. But I was just thinking that probably knocks out the 2 boss.
Yep, that's a good point. So let's take a look at the 2 bosses here. They both get to roll a reaction. This is 7 damage coming in. They're rolling
They're at
D8s,
-2.
and they're at -2. So the first crew boss has got a 2, so his die is going to degrade down to a D6. The second one, because of these canisters, -2 means it's below the 7, also degrades. So now our crew bosses, instead of being D8s, they are now D6s. Silent Tempest, because you hit the deck, we need to come up with a minor twist for you. What are you looking at your sheet? Is anything there that looks good from a minor twist?
I can't say there is. So I have Principle of Whispers. So how did the voice in your head just distract you? Which kind of contradicts me paying attention to the surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I misplaced or did something.
Let's
see something else.
Let's do a hinder. And it's a
Okay.
minor hinder. So I think I'm going to go with, if you're okay with this, I'm going to do a -1 off balance. You okay
Okay.
with that?
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So Silent, you have a -1 off balance. Our scene tracker goes up. We are now halfway through. The scene has acted. The scene is going to hand it off to crew boss A. So one of these gold-suited crew bosses is going to attack you, Prophet, coming in to just do an old-fashioned 5-finger sandwich. And comes in with 3 damage. Now you can use your react. No, you have not used a reaction, so you
I have not
use
used my reaction. So he hits me. And then my reaction is called right back at you.
Okay.
So he gets the same 5-knuckle sandwich right back at him for 3 damage.
So you're going to do 3 damage back to him. So he needs to do a react.
And they're at
6.
Okay, so even the -2 doesn't matter because it would be 4.
Yep. But he does clear out that loud noise -2. No, that -2 goes to the damage. So that's all. You're only going to take 1 damage.
Okay, awesome.
So take it. You're in good shape there. All right, second crew boss. I think they're teaming up on you, Prophet.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I think that they see the fact that you're a little off balance. You're not as your spine isn't as straight as it normally is. The way when they see it in the ads advertising your creatine shakes. So next one's going to take a swing at you at 2 damage, but it has -2 loud noises.
0.
Prophet, as this second boss takes a swing at you for no damage, can you tell me what happens?
As he takes a swing at me for 2nd damage, I step to the side and I give him one of those like kicks in the butt. So he keeps running. Like I go to the side and I just hit him because there's momentum and I want him to keep going.
I think he falls into a pile of lab rats, and the lab rats start.
I love it. Yeah, guinea pigs all around. Yeah.
So now let's go to everybody's favorite gal. Let's see what in the animal cage, knocked on her rear end. Serendipity sits there, and I think she's going to do. Ouch! That's unfortunate. She's going to hinder using luck manipulation against multiple targets and use her max die and attack one of those targets with her mid die. So she is going to use luck manipulation. She's going to use science as her quality. And let's see, how many heroes have a penalty? Right now, it's just 1, which is Beacon. So she's got a D8 for her status die. And what I think she is doing is that she's causing certain vials of chemicals to just get knocked over by a rat here or a monkey there. And the different chemicals are starting to create this noxious gas as they combine by sheer luck that they just happen to get knocked over by these animals.
But she also has a -2.
She does as well. So this is going to clear out Serendipity's loud noises -2. She gets to hinder using her max die. So it's going to be 10.
Ugh.
-2 is an 8. That's going to be -3 for both Beacon, who is also -2 high as a kite, and Prophet has a -3. What do you think we're going to call this? Let's call this what smells. So you both have -3 what smells. Now, unfortunately,
Sure.
Prophet, you have been exerting yourself after doing the bomb. So more than anybody in this room, you're taking deep breaths. And I think you take a deep breath of this noxious chemical. So she is also going to attack you with her mid die, which is 7.
I don't hit the deck when there's fists or bullets or whatever, but smells, I'm not throwing up on the job. So
here's the problem. You've already used your reaction this turn.
Oh my goodness. So I'm hitting the deck anyway, but not of my own volition.
That is correct. So let's see here. We said she had a minus, it was the -2 she had, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what I just did? So it's going to be 7 minus, but we already used that. So it's going to actually, it's still all the 7.
Yeah, I'm out.
So that takes you out. All right. What's that look like, Prophet?
I'm going to say she was in the animal cage and maybe some of the chemicals mixed with animal feces flying through the air. You know, you don't think it's anything, and it's just too much for me to handle. And I just go down.
So the good news is just like all of my heroes, they have an out ability. So Prophet still stays in the scene, still has an initiative order, but Prophet can only do one thing, and that's going to be Prophet's out ability. I am going to hand this off. Serendipity is going to hand this off. I am such a terrible person.
Yeah.
I'm going to hand it off to the scene.
What?
I'm going to tick the next box and let's do some environmental threats. Let's go to the university. The university is just going to do a standard hinder with all of the animals running all over the place. It's going to hinder everybody, including Serendipity. It's going to use its mid die, which is 3. So it's going to be an additional -1. So I need Beacon to take a -1 critters. Hinder, Prophet, you are also at a -1 critters.
We might have to remind Beacon when Beacon is back.
We'll do. And then we also
back,
have
Sorry.
Serendipity, -1 critters, and both the bosses. All right, you have a -1 critters, Beacon, from the New Eden University Science Labs. I jump over to the Cryodyne office. I think I'm going to bring in our friends, the security drones, again. So we've got a new minion back in the scene, and that is the security drones. They're back in the scene. I'm going to add them to the initiative. Or no, they'll act with the scene. They are a D6. So we're going to add a D6 minion squad for the drones. They're going to attack Tempest.
What?
Oh, they get to immediately attack or not?
They do. They do. Tempest, the security drones come out of the walls and do 5 damage.
I'm at 1. It's fine.
Oh, you're not out yet.
Not out yet.
So as these drones are malfunctioning, they're zapping as they come out of the walls, and they just start crashing into you as you're on top of the table, Tempest, to avoid getting zapped by the floor. That takes care of the scene. The scene has acted. I think we have to go to Silent Tempest. Silent Tempest, you're on top of the conference table. You've got these security drones that are bashing into you. You've got Dark Veil in bad shape. We've got this poor woman that has been just trying to run a biomedical pharmaceutical tech company.
Okay. Shoot. Okay.
You see the tears in your costume where Dark Veil has been cutting you with her dark blade. Some blood maybe from the corner of your mouth.
I am, because the drones are going to be an issue for Warden.
I can take care of them with one of my actions.
You can?
Yes, I have an ability to deal with exactly that.
With minions?
Okay.
Yes.
Great, because I could, but it damages me.
Yeah, let's not. On that note, sorry, I realized something. Last episode, I did a vicious insult against Dark Veil, which means she got and I looked it up, she got a -1 hinder permanently, because that's what it does. Persistent penalty using your min die, and that was a 1.
So I owe you a hit point, Silent Tempest. Very nice.
Oh,
very nice.
That's what happens when you have episodes.
Yep. All right. -1 insulted. I'll put that back on Dark Veil. Thank you for remembering that, Midnight.
100% extra hit points.
Honestly?
Dude,
So
got Silent Tempest just doubled her hit points.
I did. So I'm going to do something a little bit selfish. It's been I haven't used this before. I'm going to use my red ability, Frozen Tempest. Defend using. I only can defend once per turn, right?
Correct. Yeah, it has.
Oh.
I'll have to say defend multiple attackers or all attackers.
You know what? What I'm going to do is we're here. I'm going to use my actual green ability and use Disruptive Resonance against Dark Veil.
All right. So what does it do?
It allows me to attack using transmutation.
Okay.
And then I hinder using my min die.
Excellent. So you're going to attack with your mid. You're going to hinder with your min. Right now you're at -1 off balance. So that's going to get cleared out. Build your pool.
I am going to use transmutation for my powers.
Yep.
My quality. I want this to hurt her. So I'm not necessarily thinking like a hero right now. So I'm not going to use conviction. So I'm going to use hardened.
Love it.
I'm going to use I'm in red.
Yep. Your red status die.
Because we're here, I'm going to use my +4. So take that out. We got to take out the biggest threat to help everybody else.
She's got 18 health. Let's do it.
Us. All right. All right.
Not loving that.
Attacking with the mid. Ooh, 7 + 4. That's 11 damage. That's going to take her down to 7 hit points. Wow. Now let's take a look.
She's hindered with my min.
Your min is a 5. That's going to give her a -2. What are we going to call this? So what does this action look like? You're using transmutation. What's happening?
So what you see is the nice sculpture that beamed her. Another one is created in my hand, transmutated from the wooden surface. And I just flick it at her, hitting her in the middle of the forehead.
Very nice. I'm going to say -2 headache. Now, I'm looking at her, and she has a reaction, and that is Fight Shadows. When attacked, defend yourself by rolling for your single quality die, and the quality is going to be close combat. Boost yourself with the amount of damage reduced. So we did 7 damage. I reduced it down, so she's only got 7 health left. She's going to regain what she rolls here from her 1 reaction. Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
All her minuses, though. We're trying our best here.
All right. So we got to use all of those minuses. So hold on. So we did 7 damage. She's going to be use all of hers. That's going to be 6. She's going to take 1 damage. So she goes from 14 down to 13. You hit her. It bounces. She goes back. But you didn't take her out yet. Silent Tempest.
Almost there. If you could take her out, that'd be great.
She's used her only reaction.
Okay.
You have acted, Silent Tempest. Take a look at the roster. Who do you want to go next? We are down to the wire. Midnight Warden has ideas.
Warden. I'm gonna pick Warden.
I don't think I can take her out, but I'm going to deal with the drones with invisible threads. Destroy 1 D6 or D8 minion. Roll that minion's die as an attack against another target.
Oh, I love that.
So I'm going to
destroy it.
Yes.
I'm going to roll the die and have those drones attack Dark Veil.
Yes. And that is a D6 die, right?
It is a D6. Let's see. 5 damage.
Can I apply my hero point to that?
I would love for you to. So what does that give it?
+2. That's
so that is going to be 7. Brings her down to 6. What does this look like? You are destroying these drones and doing 6 damage.
No, actually, I'm not destroying the drones directly. I'm going to get the drones' attention. I'm just zapping around using teleportation, and I just try to really all them focus on me. And as they fly towards me at the last moment, I teleport out of the way, and they crash into her and just break that way.
And for a second, like Dark Veil is confused because it looks like you're protecting her, right? You're standing in front of her between her and the drones come flying in at the last second. Boom. And it's just, and they just crash into her.
Right after she got the thing in the middle of the head.
And she slides on the marble flooring of the Cryodyne office on the 90th floor. We go back to Midnight Warden. You have acted.
I would like, let's see who we have. I would like to bring this over to, Beacon.
So, real quick, my only thing I can do is boost another ally. So if you let me go first, I can boost
absolutely. No, then.
So,
Prophet,
well,
you're on the ground. You're taken out.
yes.
You have your out ability. What is your out ability?
My out ability is called Nurturing. I can boost an ally by rolling a single persuasion die.
And what is your persuasion die?
My persuasion die is a D8.
All right, so if
I
you go
will
up to the
roll it.
very top of your sheet,
Yep.
you should be able to just hit that D8.
Yep, I got it.
And this is a boost.
Oh my goodness.
That is
but
good.
I have hinders. I have
You do, Prophet. You have, but it gets rid of all minus. It's -4 total, a -3 what smells, and a -1 critters.
Yeah,
So you do not boost, but at least clears out those hinders.
there you go.
So you're going to say something in an attempt to really kind of boost Beacon and make Beacon even more effective. It does nothing, but I want to know what you say and why it does nothing.
If I'm allowed to take a little bit of creative initiative, Dan, I say again, I'm like, hey, you can finish this, kid. And Beacon's like, I'm not a kid. Right? That sounds like Beacon right now. Yeah.
Beacon is tired of being called
Yeah.
kid. Absolutely love it.
So,
Prophet, you've acted. Do you want to give it to Beacon, Dark Veil, either of the crew bosses, or
it's going to
Serendipity?
Beacon right away. As soon as he says,
I'm
I'm
going
not
to
a
get
kid.
4 actions in a row. Are you kidding me? Oh, Beacon, you are facing up against a gold crew boss that hasn't acted, 2 of them that haven't acted, and Serendipity has not acted. Prophet is on the ground. McCoy is safe. The building is 3 boxes away from collapsing. You've got a few things you need to accomplish here.
But there's no one besides us inside now.
It is just the 3 villains, Serendipity and her 2 lieutenants, Prophet and yourself, and a lot of lab animals. And a building that is going to collapse at the end of this scene unless you do something about it.
And we still have 3 rounds.
You've got 3 rounds, correct.
Huh.
Plenty of time to get all these animals out of there, right?
I was hoping to. We'll see. So, like, yeah, Prophet tells me, oh, you can do this. And I stand up straight. And I'm still a little high. And smelling and
oh God, Beacon,
animals over me.
-2 high as a kite, -3 what smells, and -1 critters. You're sitting at a -6 hinder right now.
Oh, yeah. And I march towards Serendipity and I go, hey, Lady Luck, you shouldn't have done that. And I grab her and I'm going to use energy drain. And I'm thinking, oh, what will that do? Because I remember Ammomancer was a bit strange. Now I'm doing someone who has reality manipulation stuff. So let's see. So it's attack using absorption, hinder using your max die. So it's going to be absorption. Well, okay. And
what quality?
Let's go conviction.
Like it?
Yellow.
And your yellow die.
Let's go.
All right, so first, the attack is 4 minus the 6.
Can re-roll the
You
D10.
sure can. That D10. That's a really nice ability, by the way.
Oh, so
Nice.
it's
So that
4,
your mid
6,
your
9.
mid is now a 6. -6 is 0. You're going to do no damage to her, but it clears out all of your negatives.
And I hinder her with 9.
With your max die?
Yeah. So
Nice.
that's -3.
That is -3.
Not as lucky.
So I'm going to
Or
put -3 drained for serendipity. Very, very nice. Beacon, you have acted.
Yeah.
Who are you gonna hand it off to? You have got serendipity, 2 crew bosses, and back over at the Cryodyne offices, we have got on her last leg, Silent Tempest's arch competition for the love of her husband, Darkvale.
Yeah.
Your
Well,
has no
they're
idea what's
all
going
gonna
on.
go anyway. Well, let's go for Dark Veil.
All right, Darkvale is going to
Switch
go
around
up
a bit.
next. Darkvale is disoriented. Things are not going well. She can see the writing on the wall, despite the fact that she thinks she's almost taken Silent Tempest completely out. She needs a 10-minute break to figure out what she's going to do next. Let's take a quick 10-minute break. We'll be right back.
Game Master had an idea how we couldn't have split up.
I did not have an idea. Boy, there has been a lot of conversation that happened in that 10 minutes while we were on break. We are now at Darkvale, who is acting next. This is the last yellow status. We have got this turn plus 2 more full turns after this. There is concerns being discussed among the heroes that Miss Vale, the CEO of Cryodyne, may not be saved before she is injected with whatever saw contraption is around her neck. Go ahead.
Wait a second. Is she called Miss Vale?
She is Miss Miranda Vale, CEO of Cryodyne.
Well, that's a bit of a coincidence. Miss Vale and Dark Vale.
Spell V-A-L-E-V. But there is a contrast between Dark Vale and the CEO, because the CEO is in all white, like a pantsuit. And one thing,
and she has a collar on her neck and is going to die. Yeah.
With green poison about to be injected. Dark Vale still has a permanent -1 because she was insulted by Midnight Warden last issue. That is still in place. So she still has that hinder. She staggers over to you, Silent Tempest. She
Oh my god.
lifts her sword. She's going to use her Feel My Dark Blade on you. And she says, as she lifts the blade, "You know he never loved you. Attack using close combat and use your max die. Defend against all attacks against you with your mid die until the start of her next turn." She's engaged with she's now engaged with 2 opponents. So her status die goes from a 10 to an 8. She's coming in hopefully with a killing blow here, Silent Tempest. You're at -1 off balance. She is at -1 insulted. I got to roll the dice.
Like,
Oh my
why?
goodness.
Why do you do this?
Her max die is an 8. That is 7 damage. She's now going to be defending using that 8, her mid die.
Can I attempt to hit the deck?
You definitely can. There's no reason not to. It's your only reaction this turn. You've got 7 damage coming in. What is your hit points?
2. Okay.
You need a good roll here as you try to hit the deck, Silent Tempest. Do you have any other reactions on your sheet?
So
it'll be a little R next to it.
I do, but it doesn't work with any of my powers, actually.
Is there something I could do to help?
It's control loss. When one of your bonuses, penalties, or other creations of your powers is destroyed, deal target damage equal to the roll of my transportation die.
Doesn't fit. Shoot. All right. We're going to hit the deck, Silent Tempest. How are we hitting the deck? What is the power and the quality that you're going to use?
Awareness.
Okay.
Hardened.
Okay.
And red.
Your mid die. Right now you're at -1 off balance.
That's fine. We're good.
7
We're
damage
good.
coming in.
We're not good.
But you could use your collection.
That
doesn't
wouldn't
help,
That
that
No,
wouldn't help
oh,
with the
no.
mid.
Wouldn't, because it
No,
won't
no,
change
no.
the mid die, unfortunately.
Sorry.
Silent Tempest, the blade strikes against your chest, finally taking what little energy you have. You collapse onto the table. You are now limited to just your out ability. She is going to hand this over to Serendipity. So we flip back to the labs. Serendipity, who was doing wonderfully, but is now down to 25 hit points. But luckily, she only really has 1 threat left, and that is Beacon. I'm not even sure she cares about whether this lab collapses or not. She definitely doesn't seem to have any regard for the animals. It looks like she's even using those animals to help her. She is going to use...
But she's drained, at least.
She is. She's at -4. She's -1 critters and -3 drains. So she's at a -4.
Ooh.
She's going to use Tough Break. Hinder using luck manipulation. Use your max die and recover using her min plus mid die. So she's going to manipulate luck. She's going to use alertness, luck manipulation. Who has penalties here? Beacon has no penalties, and Prophet has no penalties. So we've got 0 heroes with at least 1 penalty. That drops her status die down to a D6.
Ooh.
Trying to think. Wow, let's see. She is going to, I think she's going to take advantage of the animals again. The animals are going to be try to hinder you, Beacon.
Oh, minus
That
4.
is, yep, that is going to use her max die -4. That's a 2, so it's a -1 on you, Beacon. -1, Dr. Doolittle is your hinder. She then gets to heal 7 because she uses her mid plus her 3.
Should call it Dr. Did Little. It's only -1.
Doctor did much. Didn't do much. So she heals. She's back up to 32. Our crew bosses are now getting up. They are attacking you. Let's bring them up. They have been downgraded, luckily, to just D6s. They are both punching you, Beacon. You're in the red.
Sure.
What is your innate defense now? 3?
Are we red?
No, we're still in the yellow. So you're at 2.
That's 2 for the soak.
All right. So the first one
Ooh.
takes a swing at you for 6 minus the 2 absorption. You're looking at 4 damage, Beacon.
Ouch.
If you've not used a reaction, these are the last 2 actions.
Yeah, for a 6, I'm gonna use it.
All right, you gonna hit the deck, or do you have a reaction you're gonna use?
No, I'm gonna hit the deck.
All right. So let's build your pool.
I'm gonna use absorption. I've maybe imposing. Because Beacon is starting to get pissed and yellow. Hello,
Right.
pissed.
And they're at -1 critters, so that is actually 5 damage, which is good. You're set to absorb 2 of these, so we just need a 3 from you on your mid die. You got a 6, Beacon. So is this gold?
This puts me at 5 because I've got a -1.
You're not going to take any damage because you've got he's doing 6, which does 5. You're at a -1. You're going to negate it out. So as one of these crew bosses comes in to punch you, the swing is about to connect. Beacon, why doesn't it hurt you?
Oh, I catch it with my hand and it disperses. It does a lot of noise, but I'm catching him with super strength and
love it. And as the second one comes in and swings at you, this is also at a -1, 1 damage, which you absorb in your soak. It attacks you and it's about to hit you in the ribs, but just that energy around you just prevents you from feeling any impact of that fist.
Yeah, they slow down and they go.
Good job, young man.
We reset. I get to decide who's next. Beacon, you're up.
Oh, I wanted the scene to change first. We've got 3 turns.
You've got
2
Serendipity with
turns.
about 30 hit points. You've got 2 D6 lieutenants. Prophet is out. We've got 3 boxes to prevent this building from collapsing in the next 3 turns. 2 turns, really.
Yeah.
What are we going to do, Beacon?
Well, I don't. At this point, if everybody's out, I don't care if it collapses.
So I'm going to throw something out here for you, Beacon, to keep in mind is I don't think it is necessarily unheroic for you to grab Prophet and GTFO.
Yeah, but it's still pissed, so
Okay.
I'm gonna knock around Lady Luck with energy drain again.
All right, we're going to try to hit her with energy drain again. I'm bringing up serendipity. Right now, currently, you are sitting at -1, Dr. Doolittle. You've got monkeys and guinea pigs and animals crawling all over you, slowing you down just a little bit. So you're going to be at a -1 Beacon, but this gets rid of that hinder. Let's build our pool.
So this is absorption. Let's say close combat, and well, we're still yellow, so.
And what does absorption use? I don't know why it's rolling you twice on my screen. I just keep using the second one.
Oh,
What? It's so weird.
yeah, I see it.
Yeah,
So
I don't
which
know
one
why.
do you use?
I've been using the second one. It keeps doing it, and I've just been using whatever the second one is.
Okay.
All right. So Beacon, talk to me. What does absorption use?
It's using attack with the mid die, so it's a 5.
A 5. You currently have no hinders, so that's going to bring her down to 27. And then you also hinder her.
Yeah, at 6 is -2.
That's -2. I'm just going to up her drain to a -5.
Ooh.
So she's got -1 critters, -5 drain. So the good news is serendipity is not going to be real effective this turn. She's looking at a -6 total hinder here.
Ooh.
As you pull some energy out of her, whether it be this luck energy that's kind of electricity that's going through her body, but you are draining her, Beacon. Everybody but you is set to act here. Who are you handing off to? Oh,
hand off to me so I can actually be effective.
Oh,
if
before
Craig
you get
picks the wrong person, I don't get to be effective.
Yeah. Okay. Go.
Right.
Prophet.
So my ability doesn't say the person has to be in my scene. It just says boost an ally by rolling your single persuasion die.
I love it.
So I am going to boost my buddy, Mr. Magic Man, with my persuasion die. And let's see what I roll first, because I know how I'm going to do this, but let's see what
I love it. And right now you have no hinders.
Correct.
So it's a straight roll.
Oh. My flippin' flapjacks.
So it's going to be a +1 midnight. What do you do to give Midnight Warden a little bit of a confidence boost?
I now have to not do what I was going to do because that's not worth this. But oh my goodness!
So how about here's an idea. What we can do is have Midnight Warden remember something.
Well, I was going to have him pull something out of his pocket.
Okay.
That he didn't realize I had there.
What is a little memory right now that Midnight Warden remembers you saying to them at one point?
So it's not even a memory. It's something I did for him that I didn't tell him yet, and it's in his pocket.
Okay.
But I'm gonna ratchet it a lot down because it's only a +1.
Okay.
Oh, a stick of gum. How nice.
No, you reach in your pocket and there is a Metro card with your name on it because you're always bitching about walking everywhere. And I got you like a lifetime membership Metro card. And
I'm going to call this +1. He's so thoughtful.
So I'm gonna pull back the curtain real quick. It was gonna be keys to my Maserati that I gifted him. So we just went from keys to the Maserati to lifetime Metro card.
Oh my god!
I'm really trying to use this Metro card. Trying to think.
Oh my god!
That's really helpful right now.
I wanted to give you the keys to my car.
All right, Prophet, you have acted. Are you guys going to load me up again at the end of the scene? What are we going to do here?
I think, I think Midnight Warden might need time to process this Metro card.
What's the bonus called?
It's +1. He's so thoughtful.
Let's go to Gold Crew bosses.
All right. They are going to attack Beacon again. Beacon, you're in the thick of it. These crew bosses are trying to beat up on you. They did not have a whole lot of success last time, but they are left 1-2 trying to punch you down. The first one goes. It's looking at 4 damage. Both of the bosses have used their hinders, so there is no hinder here for them. That is 4 damage coming into you. If you don't do anything, you're going to take 2.
I'm going to take 2.
All right.
I don't pay them much attention. I'm like...
So they're
Semi-dodging.
surrounding you and just, punching you. And it's really not doing that much damage to you. You're almost ignoring them as it happens.
Yeah.
It's going to hand off to the second crew boss, which does the same thing. This one's a little bit bigger, though. That's 6 damage, 4 minus your 2.
Oh, but did I... was that last round that I hit the deck, or this round?
You have not hit the deck this round.
Yeah, 6.
It'll be 6. It'll be 4 damage.
I'm going to take the 4.
All right. So we're going to save our reaction because Serendipity has not gone yet.
Yeah.
They're going to hand it back over to the offices, to Darkvale, before she gets taken out. She stands over her defeated nemesis, Silent Tempest, and turns around to deal with the child who has been doing all kinds of things coming after her. I think she's going to attack you now, Midnight Warden. I bring up Darkvale, and she thinks it's long overdue for you to feel her Dark Blade. So she's going to attack using close combat and use her max die and defend against all attacks using her mid.
What?
Boy, oh boy.
She does have the -1, right?
I have been rolling like a crazy person. Now, let's take a look at her situation. Darkvale still has the -1 insulted.
Right.
So we are looking at...
I cannot use a bonus to reduce, right?
You cannot. Unless you hit the deck, you could.
But that's my action then, right?
That's your reaction. You get 1.
Oh, my reaction. Well, yeah. I think I'm going to try to do that.
All right, so she's coming in. She's set to do 8 damage. It's the 9 minus 1.
Yes.
Build your pool. How are you going to try to defend yourself from her Dark Blade?
So I'm going to... It's a weird pool because I want to kind of play into the Metro card. It's going to be agility. It's going to be leadership / social. And because we're yellow, right? Or no, is it red dye yet?
No, we're still in the yellow.
Okay, still yellow. So that would be a 6, an 8, and an 8.
Okay.
Because,
and do we still have the -2 flying glass, or has that been used? And I just didn't
that has not been used.
All right, so you'll be at a
-1. The zapped. Well, we also didn't use the glass, so technically there's
we didn't use... How much was the zapped? Was it -1?
2.
It was -2.
No, the zap was 2.
All right, so you currently are at -3.
Love that for me. I'm going to use the +1 for so thoughtful because what I'm doing is I'm not actively trying to avoid. I'm just seeing the card as I'm spinning around and it's fallen to the ground in front of me. It's like, oh, what's that? And just bend forward as the blade. And it's like, oh, that's so thoughtful. And that's
so the good news is you're at -4. You use this +1 to put you at a -3, but it's going to clear this out for you so that when you get to act, you no longer have any hinders.
I love that.
So it sucks that it's at a -3, but let's see if we can minimize this 8 damage.
All right, let's do it.
You're gonna end up taking
not the
4.
worst.
No, not bad at all.
Yeah.
I think you feel the blade go against your back as you're leaning down to pick up your brand new shiny lifetime unlimited Metro card.
I can't leave that there. That's way too valuable.
What is your health situation, Midnight Warden?
16, so I'm still in the yellow.
All right. There was times where 16 would make us nervous, but then these days that sounds like a lot of hit points.
Oh yeah.
Darkvale hands it to the scene.
If you bring the drones back, Craig.
Oh,
I'm
boy,
leaving this game.
You are just begging for it. So let's go to Cryodyne's office. And matter of fact, I am not going to bring it in the drones. Instead, I'm going to introduce the Cryodyne security team. And they're a D8 minion squad. And I think what they're going to do is they have a special ability +1 on attack actions, high-tech weapons. I don't think they're going to attack, though. I think they're going to attempt to hinder. And I think they're going to hinder both Dark Veil as well as you, Midnight Warden. So let's give it a roll and see what this hinder looks like as they kind of show up and break into the offices and just kind of get in everybody's way. Man, oh man. That's
She's
a minus.
the one with a weapon in her hand, right? I just want to point that out. I'm not holding a weapon. I'm holding a Metro card.
Right. So that's a -2 for you, Midnight Warden. -2 security. And then that also is going to go to Dark Veil, -2 security, as they show up. We flip then over to the university. Now, this is now in the red. Oh, boy. So one of the major twists in red is structurally insecure, which we've already done that. Let's do a +1 hinder for falling ceiling. So the pieces of the ceiling in the lab are starting to collapse. It's going to do a +1 hinder against everybody in the scene. So that's going to be Beacon as well as our 2 lieutenants. Only it's going to be a -1 pieces of ceiling. So add that, Beacon. Or no, sky is falling. -1 sky is falling. And that is going
It
to apply
does feel
to
like it.
It does. It applies to Beacon as well as to our 2 lieutenants and to Serendipity, who is now at -7. But we are now officially in the red. The scene has acted. The scene is going to hand off to Silent Tempest.
What type of bonuses do Dark Veil have?
Dark Veil right now is sitting at a -3, -1 for Insulted and -2 for the security team.
I would like to remove the penalty from Warden. With
Very nice.
Empathetic.
you.
So Warden's hinder is coming from the security team, kind of coming into the offices, trying to control this chaotic scene. What are you doing, Silent Tempest, to make them not hinder Midnight Warden in this process?
As I'm on the ground, out of commission, I'm going to kind of summon that transmutation and transmute just the air around him to seem not visible to them.
Very nice. Very nice. They come in, they're trying to get control of things. They look, they see Midnight Warden, they look to check out the rest of the scene. They come back and they don't see him for just a split second, clearing that hinder. Who are you going to have act next? Serendipity or Midnight Warden?
Oh my god. I'm gonna
Wait, has the security team acted, right? They aren't going to act again this.
Correct.
Okay, good. Just checking it.
Serendipity.
We flip back to the labs.
Yeah.
This is a big one. Serendipity really only has one threat left, and that is Beacon. Beacon, you're currently sitting at what hit points?
12.
You're at 12. Now, the good news is she's at a -7, -1 for the critters, -5 for drained, and -1 for sky is falling. I think she's going to try ouch. That's unfortunate again. She's going to hinder using luck manipulation against multiple targets and use your max die and attack one of these targets with her mid die. So she's got luck manipulation. She's again going to use science to try to get some chemicals to mix together. How many heroes have penalties? Beacon has a penalty. Prophet does not. So she's going to have a D8 for her status die.
Don't I have falling ceiling also? Because I'm in the room.
Oh, you sure do.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sky is falling.
Sorry, Beacon.
It doesn't change it. It's 1 to 2. So it doesn't, as long as one of you has it. All right, let's give it a roll.
Ow.
What is going on?
God
Minus
bless.
7.
Am I like on fire or am I on fire? She's going to hinder using her max die. So she's going to hinder with that 8. It gives everybody a -3. Holy cow. Like now I'm honestly starting to feel bad. That's
good.
Sure.
finally -3.
2 heroes are down,
This
and now he's
happens.
going back.
So
But
these animals are starting to just attack and to bite you. So I need everybody. I need both Beacon and Prophet is going to take a -3. I'm not cheese.
she has -7.
Oh, you're right.
Didn't she?
She does have
Yeah, she
-7. Look
does.
at you. It's -1. That brings it all the way down to a -1. That is huge.
I'm still not cheese.
You're still -1, not cheese, but all of Serendipity's hinders go away. And then
Gosh.
she gets to then attack using her mid die. That's 8 damage coming in on you, Beacon, from all of these animals biting at you. -2, or no, it's -3
we're
now
red.
because you're in the red.
Yeah. So that's 5.
And you didn't? Did you use your reaction? He still did
No,
not.
no, I'm gonna use it now, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna hit the deck. With, well, let's say absorption, close combat.
And your red status die.
Yeah.
5 damage coming in after your soak. Your mid
Well-
is a 4. You're going to end up taking 1 damage, Beacon, from the bites from these animals.
And I soak 3, so
Well, no, I'd include your soak 3. Right? So it's 8 damage, right?
oh wait, I can reroll the 1.
You sure can. So re-roll that D10.
It's a D10. Yeah.
So a 5, a 4, and a 4. It's still a 4. So we had 8 damage coming in. Reduce your soak by 3. That brings it down to 5 minus the 4 from your defense. So you're going to take 1 damage, Beacon.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So
All
the
right. So that takes care of Serendipity. For the last part of this round, Midnight Warden, you are up.
How joyous. Quick check. The security penalty -2 is still in effect, right? Or
No,
Not for you.
Nope.
right,
not for
because
you.
you removed the
Not for
thank you. Okay.
you're cleared out.
Okay.
And bringing up Dark Veil, she's sitting at 6 hit points. She's currently got a -1 insulted, -2 security, and only 6 hit points.
KO time.
Beat her ass.
I think I'm going to. It's red, but I don't want to use Box of Wonders, so I'm going to use again Vicious Insult against her. Attack using telepathy. Use your max die. Hinder the target with a persistent penalty using your min die.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
So that's telepathy and
Your quality?
creativity,
Love it.
and status is red, so that's a 12 now. So it's a 12, a 10, and a 12. Let's see how that goes.
And the attack uses what?
It uses the max die. Oh, well, attack using telepathy and use your max die.
Yep. So the max die is what causes it to happen. You currently have no penalties.
Mm-hmm. So
Yay.
that's
She
7.
has to use her reaction here.
Sure.
So her reaction is fight shadows. When attacked, defend yourself by rolling for your single quality die. Boost yourself with the amount of the damage reduced. She is going to use magical lore to combat this attack in her brain.
This insult.
Yes. So she defends
So close.
herself for
-3.
-3 does nothing. You are closing things out, Midnight Warden. How do you finish off Dark Veil?
Well, so I don't know how to time it, correctly, but I want to say that I've heard her say, like, he never loved you.
Yes.
And I want to throw back at her, I don't see a ring on your finger, girl. And
Yeah.
Super.
maybe it's just that hit a nerve. Must have hit a nerve.
And she collapses, I think. She collapses from exhaustion, from being insulted with a voice inside of her head now twice telling her that she is inadequate. And you just see this darkness that has been energy that's been seething around it, that she's manipulating and creating this blade out of it. It just kind of just dissipates away as she just kind of passes out on the ground. We've got the security team running around during all of this midnight war. Now that the final threat has gone away, they now see you, but realize that you've been helping the whole time. In fact, Miss Vale says, he's one of the good ones. The security team breaks away. And through the door comes a huge man. He might be 7 foot tall. He looks to be in his like early to mid 50s. He's got a coif of white hair. He's got a white suit on with a white tie and a white vest. And I want you to imagine Kingpin size human being that walks through this door. And he goes, Miss Vale, sorry for the delay, but it looks like things are under control. She says, get this damn thing off of me. And this huge man comes over and just takes either side of it and rips and tears the collar off of her. We see the poison injection try to go into the neck, but it's not fast enough. Midnight Warden, the one thing I will tell you about this man is what you just witnessed tells you that this is not just a guy who works out.
Oh no, really?
Yeah. He's
really?
No,
Really surprised.
He takes lots of supplements.
Yeah, he is a very common user of
Prophet's dad
of the Justin Jacobs supplement series. He does the whole array, and he crashes this down. And Vale stands up. She goes, "Thank you, Frost." She just kind of rubs her neck, and she goes, "You," addressing you, Midnight. You know who's behind.
I'm going over to Silent Tempest and I help her up. I'm not paying attention to what they're doing there. Just like,
do the two of you know who's behind this?
Do we? Like whisper, like, do we? I mean, we kind of like,
the gold coin cartel.
Well, no, well, yeah, but like the remember the guy that I mentioned? Just we're whispering to each other. It's just like,
yeah,
this guy that I mentioned that like was like looking like my mother, that kind of like he was kind of in the head of that kid inside of that suit.
What kid?
Oh, it's Beacon's. Well, I point to like the curled up fetal position, like suit, right? Like, and I point there. It's like, well, that's I know. Do I know Beacon's?
You do.
Yeah, that's Beacon's friend in there. Do you know him?
No,
you know?
why would I know Beacon's friend?
One moment, please. One moment. We'll be with you in a moment. Do you know?
No, that's.
Who's that? Who do you thought this was?
Now's not the time.
Oh, now is the time. Now is
now the time.
Yeah, now is the
time.
time. I would really love to know. Okay, you know what? Tell me later. It's fine.
Okay,
it's fine.
right after this.
All right, help you out.
So she comes over as you guys are chit-chatting, and she says, this gold coin cartel has been a problem for a long time, and they've started doing things that are affecting my corporation. I want to introduce you to Gideon Frost. He's the CFO and also head of security. Gideon.
Bang up job you did. Bang up job.
Gideon. What do we know about the gold coin cartel? And he goes, Miss Vale, I know where their headquarters is. I know where they're hiding. Let's cut to the science lab.
Yeah, my fight's not over yet.
No, it is
Mhm.
not. Midnight Warden, you have acted. We reset, but you get to hand it off to whomever you want. Let me
our
now put Dark Veil in reserve.
Well,
And we are going
in
to
prison.
put
We have a rhythm here now. We have
We're gonna put
established that it makes sense for
Tempest
Prophet.
and Midnight Warden.
to
So
go.
we've got just the scene in the lab. Who do you think should go first? Midnight Warden?
I think Prophet should go first.
All right, Prophet.
Nurturing.
How many turns do we have left? Two
Two.
or one?
Well, you got it. So we still have not hit the scene. The scene is going to then check. So we got 2 full turns left.
Okay,
after
but
we hit
we're
the scene.
red.
But that's right. Did I not check it? That's it. I'm sorry. I did not check it. So
Okay,
we
that's
have,
why I'm confused.
yeah, we have 2 full
Okay.
scenes. I apologize. Yep.
Okay, 2 rounds. Okay.
I'm
Go
gonna
Prophet.
I'm going to use my persuasion for Beacon, hopefully.
We're at a
Oh,
-2 for Skies Falling, and I'm not cheese.
Yep.
I'm not choosing. Okay.
Oh my God.
That's 1.
That is a +1 for Beacon.
What is
Do
in
I
Beacon's
also find a
pocket?
card?
Let's see. What is in Beacon's pocket?
What are we going to call this amazing boost of yours, Prophet? You're so inspiring.
Just hear little nags of Prophet in the back of your head as you're fighting.
What about a post-it note? It's like, you can do it.
You just hear kid.
I can't I don't even know how to nurture anymore. And I'm just gonna, in a raspy voice, trying to catch my breath on the ground from all the stink and the smell. I am just gonna say I think you've earned your place on the team.
Oh, jeez.
And he
And
I
I'm like-
think
Okay, go.
no, you go. I want to hear what you're gonna say.
What? Now? What about all those months I've been working?
Exactly. Hey, that's
And
what I was gonna say.
So you're +1.
I hope you kick a rat like at me. You just like kick it over there.
your
+1
+1 bonus is on the team? ?
I'm delirious. I'm literally
Oh,
delirious.
that's amazing. Prophet, who do you hand it off to?
I hand it off to my teammate. Full
Officially.
Now teammate.
official,
We're not a full
longer-
team.
No longer.
Yeah, I was about to say,
junior
who was Beacon? It's like, oh, here's our trainee.
No longer junior teammate.
No longer an intern.
Life coach.
Unpaid intern, very important.
So Beacon, you get to act. You have got 2 more acts. There's this act, and then the next time you get to act before we are done. And
Yeah.
you have got. Here is our situation. You have got
What's our
serendipity.
hit point? Yeah.
Serendipity right now. And remember, she has the ability to heal.
Yeah.
Serendipity is at 21. You have got 3 boxes to stop this building from collapsing
I
in
don't
these next
care.
2 turns. You've got 2 lieutenants.
Well, if they roll low, that should be okay. 21. Well, now that I'm red, when I use an ability action, I may also perform a basic action with your mid die of the same roll.
So
So
you could use that to help with the overcome. But can you take out 3 a villain
think
plus 2 bosses and do 3 overcome actions with 2 actions?
I think I can beat her. That would be very satisfying.
And is that, and then after that you get crushed by the building as it collapses, or
Well, Beacon's gonna look at the 2 boss and say, "I know I can survive a building, being crushed by a building, but can you?" And I'm gonna
And you, Prophet?
grab Serendipity, throw her around, and punch her, and drain her.
okay? So it sounds like you're using your energy absorption.
Yes.
All right, let's build the pool.
So absorption, close combat, yeah, red. And I have a +1 on the team. I'll show you on the team.
So you're at a -1. The sky is falling. A -1. I'm not cheese, and a +1 on the team. So you're at a net -1 on this attack.
Yeah, let's go.
Serendipity at her 27 hit points.
Yeah.
Absorption uses which to affect it. Nice roll.
Yeah.
Right.
Absorption attack is the mid dice, so it's 8 - 1, 7 damage.
Yeah.
And I hinder her with 9, so that would be a -3.
Mm-hmm.
So damage is, you said 9 damage?
7 damage.
7 damage. That takes her down to 20.
And
the hinder is how much?
A 9, so that's -3.
So she's got a reaction.
And I punch her again for an 8 damage.
Oh, so you're going to do another attack. Gotcha.
Yeah, my basic action is another punch.
Yep, I forgot. Right. So I'll take her down to 12. So I'll go ahead and do that. But she does have a reaction for that hinder. It's called When It Rains, It Pours. Whenever a target takes a hinder action against you, you may first roll your suggestion die as a hinder on them. So she is going to try to use her suggestion. Her suggestion die is a D10 to then hinder you before you hinder her.
Oh, finally.
And she's
All right.
that is maybe she has negatives too. So.
Yeah, so it is a -3 on serendipity. What are we going to call this hinder that you're doing as you're beating her up and absorbing all of her energies?
I'm tempted to say running out of luck or something.
Okay, running out of
Unlucky.
luck. All right.
Yeah, I've been draining her. So
Beacon. We've got serendipity, 2 bosses, and the scene. Who do you want to hand it off to?
Oh. At this point, it's probably gonna. Let's start with her.
Okay, we're going to put serendipity up next. She is not happy with you and everything that you're doing. So she is going to.
I'll show you on the team.
You've cleared out all of your hinders and bonuses.
So nurturing. You already got away with words.
She's going to use her tough break. She's going to hinder using luck manipulation and max die and recover using her mid plus her min die. This is going to be based off of alertness. This is going to be ceiling pieces falling down on top of you. That is how you're going to be hindered. And this is going to give her a second to recover. So she's going to hinder you with a 6. That's going to be a -2.
But she's at -3.
All right, so hold on. So that is going to be a 3. So that ends up being just a -1. So -1 hinder, falling ceiling. And that is going to be on you, Beacon.
Yep.
And then she gets to recover. Using her min plus her max, she gains 6 hit points. She's back up to 18. She is now going to hand this off to the crew bosses. Each of them are going to act, and they are going to swing and punch at you, sir.
Yep. Well, if she didn't heal.
All right. First one takes a swing at you. 4, 6 points of damage. Beacon, you're going to absorb 3 of that. You've got 3 coming in. What are we doing?
I'm going to take the 3 damage.
Take 3 damage. Where does that put you as far as hit points go?
8.
All right. The second one takes a swing at you as well. 4, 5. That's another 2 damage.
I can teleport, right?
I'm gonna take 2. Yeah, but I'm gonna use my reaction to send 3 of that damage to
that boss.
Depends how lucky. If they need to roll 3 or more.
They would have to roll higher than a 3, not to reduce the die down to a D4.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna reflect it to one of them.
And they fail, so that gets downgraded to a D4. All right, now the scene. We're going to do the same thing with these little buggers biting at you. They're going to do damage to everybody for 2 points of damage. You don't have to worry about it, Beacon, but both of our lieutenants do. Let's see how they react to that 2 damage.
Oh,
Not good enough. That's reduced to a D4. Our D4 boss is taken out. So these
good.
animals in this lab are slowly taking everything over. This is going to reset us. The scene has gone. It's going to go to Serendipity. Serendipity is going to attack you with Tough Break. That's using luck manipulation and using her recovery. So she currently has no hinders. She's going to hinder you for 3. You're at a -3, Beacon. From the ceiling, continuing to just land. Pieces of the ceiling keep falling.
Another -3.
Correct. So you have -1 falling ceiling and another -3 crashing down. She's going to heal 8. This brings her up to 26 points. She is now going to critically hand off to you, Beacon. And Beacon, actually, no. I'm not going to talk to you, Beacon. Prophet, I think somebody needs a heart-to-heart right now.
Thank you.
So even though it is not your turn, I don't know if our new intern / full team member truly understands the situation that he is facing right now.
So, Beacon looks over towards me. You can tell he's blind with fury right now. He's not thinking straight. He's just, the building is literally about to collapse. And I have somehow inched my way over to the window that I came through. And the fire ladder is still there from the fire truck that I smashed through the window. And I am barely touching like the one rung on the ladder. And I lock eyes with him, and I hope he realizes like we need to fight another day. But I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to look at him, and just the way I am, I never back down. So this is the first time he's ever seen me like, hey guys, like retreat. But I don't think I could even say it because that's not me. I don't think I could be like, hey, we have to go. I just hope he realizes that.
It's you, Beacon.
Last turn. Yeah, well, everybody's out. I'm gonna angrily like grab a cage, like try to scoop out as many animals as I can, and like rocket out and grab Prophet on the way out.
And that's exactly what we see happen as we close out this scene. I think smartly, Beacon escapes along with Prophet. Not as quite as heroic as we may want. We were successful in the 90th floor of the spire. A little less successful back at the university. That building does in fact collapse. Nobody knows what happens to either of these lieutenants, nor what happens to our lucky woman, though I would imagine that luck probably favored her and she may have gotten out and escaped, which is just the worst. I do want to give Midnight Warden and Silent Tempest a chance here to react to the information that Gideon Frost just shared, that his team has in fact figured out where they're temporarily, the Gold Coin Cartel is temporarily headquartering as they attack the city.
Where?
He reaches into his jacket and he pulls out a large manila envelope. In his hands, it looks like a postcard. All the information is here. Where they are and how to get into it. It's an old bunker out in the desert. It used to be used to watch tests for nuclear testing. Do you think you and the rest of your team can shut them down?
Of course we can.
I will take care of him. And he points to...
I will take care of him. You take care of her.
So he reaches down and he grabs and just, like she's a rag doll, lifts up Darkveil and goes, I have a special place to put her. But promise me you will take care of him as well.
I will.
That's very ominous, sir. Very ominous. Don't like that. So about the are we getting paid to take care of the Blood Coin Cartel? Is this like a contract opportunity? Just we're looking for a sponsor. It's been are you gonna?
Yes, we will actually probably need a sponsor now.
Yeah, right. Because
well, if
you just like
come across a hero team that's impressive, you let us know.
You have
wow, the snark. Wow. Oh, okay.
Well,
if you come up,
and I'm gonna walk over to Flame Strike. I'm gonna summon kind of the weather to like help lift him up.
Yep.
Let's go. And I'm leaving.
Midnight Warden, any parting words before you leave the
well,
90th
if you come
floor of the
across a
spire?
good security officer, you let me know, all right? And I teleport just immediately, like no response.
You're here to win. Booyah.
All right, let's go to credits. We'll be right back. right. So it appears that if we can trust Gideon Frost, the head of security and CFO of Cryodyne, it appears that we might know where our nemesis, Neuronexus could be located some bunker out in the desert outside of New Eden. We got to name our issue. So if we flip back to the very opening page, the splash page of our comic, what do we think the name of our issue was for our collection?
Almost Heroes.
You're on the team.
You're right.
Is that what we're going to call it?
A team.
I like. Oh,
I like Almost Heroes.
Yeah.
All right, let's title
like
our
that.
issue Almost
Everyone
Heroes.
else likes it? Okay.
Did we earn any hero points?
No.
No.
I don't think we did. So we are going into this without any bonuses for the next issue, for issue number 9.
As long as we're not split, it's going to be fine.
Yeah, so
Don't
let's,
you?
Tika, thoughts, stars, and wishes.
Oh, this is amazing. I had a freaking blast, especially after I went down. I was like, well, that plan's out the window. I think I got a few more things I can do, and I don't know if it's going to be helpful or not. But it was really good. I love the vignette of going back and forth, and then how we're all playing off each other and still not being in the same scene as each other. I thought all the dynamics were great as well this episode. My star, I think there's been like a lot of just good moments in general. But I'm gonna have to give it to Prophet's just dice persuasion rolls and the Metro cards. It's like I'm gonna do something grand, and it's the epitome of a dice tell a story. It's like, oh, I thought I was gonna really do something cool, and I see it.
And the way I was rolling,
that was great. Yeah. The way you were rolling was actually quite immaculate at a certain point. I was like,
-2 stars for the GM.
Yeah.
So Dika, as we go into we're definitely going into Act 3 at this point, right? In our little arc here. With the downtime before we potentially make a break and try to take down the gold coin cartel at their headquarters, what are some things that Silent Tempest is going to want to wrap up or deal with here before?
Probably 3 things. Figure out who the little shit is in the armor.
Hey.
Tell Warden who I thought it was begrudgingly, and then like put my family together. Find my husband.
Yeah.
2 of those I can do on the Metro at least.
Yeah, and luckily one of the first things that Prophet and Beacon did was to free your husband. So your husband is out of the building, safe. You didn't even know he was in the building.
She thinks he's dead.
Yeah, I think that's a reasonable thought.
She thinks he is dead.
Yeah.
Like, I need to find his body.
Oh.
All right, Dan, thoughts, stars, and wishes.
Well, how do I put this? It's very frustrating when the villain can heal.
It is.
Because I think with the amount she healed, we would have knocked her out.
No question.
She hadn't healed. But yeah, a little sad that we didn't win. You were very lucky on the minions.
Yeah, I've got a seminar on how to roll well on Roll20. It's $100. It takes The Secrets of Rolling Well on Roll20 by Craig Schindler.
I did enjoy the little bits between Beacon and Prophets. There might need to talk it out a bit next time, and maybe with McCoy too.
Now, what you don't know is where your friend is, right? You don't realize that he was in that suit. So that's information. So when we think about your downtime coming up, Dan, what do you think Beacon wants to address? It sounds like he wants to talk to McCoy.
Yeah. I've been wanting to talk to him for 2 or 3 issues.
Mhm.
So yeah, that and yeah, maybe something with Profit, which we haven't done much, but now that he's acknowledged me as part of the team.
Hey,
Now that we're equals,
wait till you see the unlimited Metro card you get when you join the team.
Maybe I can buy that for him.
you might be jealous when Morgan shows what he has.
Oh, speaking of Midnight Warden Z, thoughts, stars, and wishes.
Star is gonna. I would go for the Metro card. That would have to be my star as well. I'm gonna have to give it to the dice essentially. I think what I really love about a good table is that if you roll an at one, it turns into something just beautiful. It's just like such a great way to like put like humor into this, and I thought that was great. I really enjoyed the Metro card. That was really just so nurturing, right? just so nurturing. And
I did it.
yeah, thoughts was I'm glad that this 2-party fight is over. It was interesting cutting in between, but
Got a little long though.
It got long, but also,
Yeah.
I mean, the combats are a little longer. But that being said, I really look forward to being able to like use more boost. Use this to boost all of your allies nearby. It didn't really feel worth it, so it felt a little limited. But yeah, for downtime, I would say check in on Gertrude, because I saw Nexus again, and I know that Nexus can apparently read my mind, and I know where my mother is, and this is slightly. But yeah, I think just learning more about. I want to know what's up with Silent Tempest and who's like in the suit. It's like who they thought that was. Like I was like, who was that? Like this was personal, right? I want the tea. I want the tea. That's what I want. That's my wish, is the tea.
And did we decide whether Prophet does or does not know about your husband's past?
I don't think I do. I really don't.
You're on mute, Dika. You're still on mute.
It's not me. She doesn't want to talk about it.
No, I don't want to. Yeah. We'll come back to you, Dika. Yeah, we can't hear you.
Amazing.
Yeah, and it's not the browser. Something else has blocked you off. All right. So last but not least, Lou, thoughts, stars, and wishes.
A couple of things. So I usually like to write down my quote of the night, and mine was when the Tempest said, "Well, you know, I'm gonna be a little selfish this time." That's all the time, every time since issue 1. And I just held it. I'm like, okay, yeah. This time I'm gonna be a little selfish.
Oh, well, you
so
talk big when she's on mute.
I don't know why we can't hear you, but that was my quote. Maybe refresh, Tika. Maybe try that. But my
did I just hear her?
Wait, can you hear me?
There you
Yes.
are.
Woo,
Darn it.
perfect. Yeah, sorry.
That was weird.
So yeah,
Mac, I'm on mute.
yes. So a little bit selfish. That's it. My star is for Beacon, and it's not even for Beacon. It's for Dan.
Yep.
So issue 1, 2, 3, Beacon young, not sure, every move, like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Should I do this thing? I don't know. Fast forward to issue 8. He's like, I'm punching this guy. I'm doing this thing, throwing this guy through the window. This guy's going to be there. Dan, I love it. I'm like, he's here. And that's why I'm like, you're on the team. Like, you're literally, you're making decisions.
Finally!
Right? That's it. So, totally star.
Thank you.
I want to see the reaction when you tell us that you're on the team.
Oh yeah.
Like,
so,
he was not.
None of the above, but just something that I observed. I legitimately, in this game, the rule set in this game, I'm starting to feel bad for not playing optimally, which I usually don't in other games that are very role play heavy,
Right.
because not playing optimally and using like your weirdo skills and stuff like that, you make the story go long. Here, it actually hurts you and hurts everyone on the team. But I think we all, the group I'm playing with, we care way more about story and doing the thing that your character would do. So me dropping, knowing I could have made a reaction earlier instead of trying to punch the guy back, like,
Yeah, but
you know,
I don't think it has to be A or B, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it has to be. I think you can do both.
And I agree. Like I said, I'm feeling that way. Like, you
Yep.
know, okay, I didn't have to go down, but I think he would have.
It is
Wishes,
a mechanically
yeah.
significant game
It is
for sure.
So, and then Wishes. I think I just realized that after this whole thing is done, after this Bloodcoin cartel is done, Profit needs to disappear. And he feels bad that he has brought all of these people and everything they have sacrificed for this weird team that I thought, to me, it was like a joke, right? Like, I got money, it doesn't matter, I'm kind of doing this because I don't really care about the money. And they have way more skin in the game than Profit does.
Interesting.
And I think he needs to do two things. He needs to make sure after this is all done, they are okay. All three of them, their families, the people they care about are okay. And he needs to make sure he's not going to involve himself in anything in the future with them. So that's where he's going to go over the next 2 episodes.
Very interesting. Very interesting. To the point, Lou, that if we bring you guys back, we might be bringing in a new hero.
I don't know.
Okay.
Right? I don't.
We'll see.
We'll definitely see.
We'll see. And just so everybody knows, and I don't have timing on this, but there are plans. So with the next time that we play this game, it's going to be a 1-on-1. We're going to create kind of a one-person hero that is active in New Eden, and it's going to open up opportunities for team ups and things like that. And then we're eventually going to be starting a second group that plays in the same world but a different city. It's going to be more of like a Midnight Suns type group that's going to be dealing with the occult and, you know, the Doctor Strange and those types of stuff as well. So there's plans for this. So even though we're going to do this, and I think we're definitely going to see these heroes come back either together or individually as guest stars in other issues and crossovers and things like that, which makes me excited. So from a downtime perspective, for either Justin or Prophet, what are we thinking needs to happen, Lou?
That is where I think he's going to do. I if it's okay with everyone else, I would like him to just pull back and not even involve himself. Again, he feels like he's pushing everyone too much and things are happening to them. So this is where he goes into I need to secure these people's future. So whatever that is, whether it's he's got some extra accounts and he starts dumping money, you know, into like Warden's account along with the card, finally actually finds his keys for the Maserati and, you know, gives it to people, or, you know, puts a trust in Beacon's name, like all those kind of things, pays off Tempest's house. Like, I think he's going to maneuver all of that stuff with people that are still allied to him.
Yeah. What about your former assistant?
Oh.
Anything for Miss Khan? Do we need to have a conversation with her?
I would like to have an email string that goes back and forth between the two of them. So if we want to play back and forth, like what email she sends and my response and what email she sends. Yeah, I think that would be
do that
interesting.
Before our final issue of this run.
Yeah,
I think so. If we don't do it next issue, we'll definitely make that happen, because I think, I mean, there's things that unsaid, I think, between Miss Khan and Mr. Jacobs. So that's good. So we'll be back in 2 weeks, guys. So July 10th, we're going to have issue number 9. Love playing with you. I missed you guys. Take care.
Everyone's so much fun.
Thank you.
Howdy, friends. Thank you for watching. All our content is archived and organized in playlists on the Third Floor Wars YouTube channel. Check it out. And if you could like, follow, subscribe, and even set your notifications to this channel on YouTube and Twitch, we'd appreciate it, and it'll make sure that you catch all of our content. I talk with creators, designers, and experts across the gaming landscape in every episode of our podcast, Tabletop Talk. Open up your favorite podcatcher and search for Tabletop Talk from Third Floor Wars. Support your creators. They make the content you love, and it's your support that makes it happen. If you want to help us, go to Third Floor Wars on patreon.com, and you can help us for as little as $1 a month. Thanks again. We'll see you next time. Take care.